Is Shopify dropshipping dead? That's today's topic. And if you're new to my channel, hey, what's up? My name is Cynthia, and I teach everything related to print on demand. So if you're interested in learning about the print on demand t-shirt business, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and turn on that bell notification so you'll be notified whenever I drop one of these videos. So is Shopify dropshipping dead? That is one of the most common questions that I get on a daily basis. Hey Cynthia, should I do Shopify dropshipping, or is that too saturated? Is it already dead? Should I turn to Amazon FBA? Should I do affiliate marketing? What should I do? So today we're going to be deep diving a little bit deeper about, is Shopify dropshipping dead? Let's see. Alright guys, so before I talk about is Shopify dropshipping dead, I'm going to be talking about the two types of dropshipping. So we have the traditional AliExpress overseas dropshipping, which I have laid out here on the board. And then we have the US based dropshippers, aka print on demand. Now I know there's different types of dropshipping. Print on demand is just one of it, but because this is a print on demand channel, I highly recommend print on demand. But let's just talk about these both drop shipping models. And so a lot of people, when they say is Shopify dropshipping dead, you have to keep in mind that you're either talking about overseas drop shipping or drop shipping with suppliers based inside the US. Now drop shipping for me, in the short answer, is no. Why? Because if you look at one of the bigger stores like Walmart is one of the biggest drop shippers in the US because they don't actually carry that physical product in Walmart's warehouse. They actually have a ton of other vendors that they put the product on the Walmart website, and whenever they make a sale, that supplier will fulfill it and ship it to their customers under Walmart's name. So drop shipping are not dead and will still be relevant. However, it depends the type of drop shipping you're doing. So I hope this makes sense. And so I know a lot of people might be asking me, well, Cynthia, how do I determine whether or not, this is a good drop shipping type of business that I should get in? And so I've listed a few qualities that I look at whenever I enter into a drop shipping business. And so the first one is shipment times. Whenever you're running any type of online business, you need to look at how long does it take from when the customer placed an order in my store to when the supplier is able to fulfill it, ship it, and deliver it to the front door. And so this is what you got to look at, shipment times. And so the average shipment times for drop shippers in the US is about a week. Okay. For overseas, they claim that it takes minimum or on average 14 days. Now, some of the times, in my experience, 14 days is the minimum. However, due to a lot of customs, due to overseas shipment, that usually does not always hold true. Oftentimes, when you're shipping any product from overseas inside the US, it could take 1 month, maybe even 2 months to hit your customer's door. Now, if you are an experienced dropshipper, you know what I mean. I've been in the AliExpress overseas dropshipping game myself in my earlier years. I've made a ton of money. However, it was not a sustainable business. Why? Because long shipment times from AliExpress literally killed my business. My customers were always complaining, where's my order, where's my order? They were filing chargebacks because they didn't think they were going to get it. And so eventually what had happened was I had to shut down that store completely because I didn't get any, I had a lot of customer complaints and I didn't get anybody coming back to my store. And so with AliExpress dropshipping, you have very long shipment times, okay? Let's talk about US dropshipping, okay? If you have a dropshipper inside the US that you can use, great, that's perfect. The most easiest and the most common one is print on demand, which is what I like, because although not all print on demand suppliers are based inside the US, there's a great handful of them that you can still use. Some of them include Custom Cat, Printful, T-Launch, so many other ones like Shine On. So What happens when you're drop shipping from the US? I have as early as 3 days sometimes when the customer placed the order, the supplier literally ships it out that day or the next day, and the customer gets it literally in a few days. So for me, it's usually ranged from 3 to 7 days. Now let me ask you a question. If say you are a customer yourself and you placed an order online, would you return to that company or that business that took about 1 to 2 months for you to get your product? I wouldn't. I would never return there because I'm not willing to wait 1 or 2 months for my product, okay? Versus print on demand or USA dropshipping, I'm able to get my product 3 to 7 days. And a lot of people say, well, Cynthia, you're just talking about USA dropshipping. Well, what if I'm scaling internationally? Same thing. If you're dropshipping from China, you still got to ship it to Canada, Australia, UK. The shipment times are still erratic from my experience, okay? So I think in terms of shipment times, print on demand or USA dropshipper wins, okay? Let's look at another quality that I look for whenever I drop ship a product. When a customer places a order on your store, they receive the product, it's more of an experience for them. It's not so much the product, but also the experience. You know, when they get the packaging, when they open up the packaging, how does it make your customer feel? And so this just goes into number 2, which is labeling. Okay. How does the label look when your customers get something from AliExpress? It usually contains maybe Chinese characters that people aren't familiar with. It always contains the value of the product, meaning the price of the product, because the custom laws means that you have to put the price of the product on the label. And so how would you feel if your customers came to you and say, you know, hey, it says on this label this item costs, I don't know, $2, and they paid like $40 for it? How do you think it makes them feel, right? So automatically when the customers get that package in the mail, they aren't even happy because first off, it's a label that they're not familiar with, and it's packaged in a very ugly white envelope from my experience, and that is not what your customer wants, okay? So in terms of labeling, I do not like the AliExpress labeling, okay? For USA dropshipping, especially if you're using my #1 recommended supplier, which is Printful, they offer branding on your packaging so that your customers know it's from you. They do not say on the packaging anywhere that it's from Printful, Custom Cat, or whatever. They brand your logo on the labeling. So how would you feel if you get a package in the mail with the logo from the store that you order from? You automatically say, wow, this company, I really like their packaging. I think very highly of this brand. Okay, so what do you think it's going to do to your business? Of course it's going to help your business. So in terms of labeling, print on demand wins again. Okay, so what's another thing that I look at? Whenever you're building any type of online business, we worry about what? #1 is always returning customers. Getting new customers should always be your second priority. Your first priority should always be focusing on your current customers and returning customers. Okay. Why? Because they are already proven customers who have proven that they're going to take their credit card out and purchase your t-shirts. Okay? So when I was in the AliExpress dropshipping, guess how many people came back to purchase from me? I was getting literally 0 to maybe 1 or 2 came back to purchase from me. Okay? So virtually no one came to purchase from me because I got so many complaints and chargebacks that I could not come back from it. So I had no returning customers, okay? And so what is the main point of having returning customers? We use what? Email lists, okay? So the email list that I worked so hard to build, that is dead. Because I was getting to a point when I was doing AliExpress dropshipping that I was so afraid to email my customers about new products, because every time I emailed them, I would get at least 50 back asking, where is my previous order? Stop trying to sell me new products when I haven't even got my first order. So It was just constantly, I'm too afraid to send those emails. So what's the point of having an email list when you can't even send it? So if you have no returning customers, meaning the email list that you worked so hard on is now dead. You can't even use it. All right. But what's the difference here when you're using a USA supplier or print-on-demand vendor? You'll get returning customers, and my returning customer rate is very high. At one point in one of my stores, I'm getting 12% returning customer rate, which is actually very good. And so my email list that I've built, I email that list almost at least once a week. And every time I email that list, I get more revenue coming in. I get more of my customers coming back to purchase from me. Every time I launch a new t-shirt, they come back and buy it. Why? Because they got a good experience the first time they purchased from me. And so they trust my brand and they trust me. All right. So in terms of this email list, it will continue to grow more revenue that I don't have to pay ads on. All right. So the next one is Facebook feedback score and the new update. Now I'll be talking about this later on, but basically Facebook has come up with a new update. As always, every single year Facebook will be giving us a new update. But in this new update, Facebook will actually really look at your ads, really look at your brand. Are you providing their users with a positive experience? Facebook is different than a lot of different platforms is that they care about user experience. If you are the type of company that continues to drop ship from AliExpress and you are getting bad customer reviews, bad feedback, Facebook will prioritize your ads lower than people with more positive feedback. And so I'll be talking about this later on, but quickly, if you're drop shipping from overseas and it takes 2 months to get to your customer, people are going to write a bad feedback when Facebook asks them to complete a survey. And so the feed for the Facebook feedback, they go from, I believe, 0 to 5, 5 being the highest. If say your rating is at a 1 because you get so many complaints, how do you think Facebook is going to prioritize your ads, right? They're not going to prioritize it. They're going to lower your reach, okay? Decrease reach. So basically what's happening is you're paying Facebook more money to reach lesser people. All right, so let's look at USA Dropshipping. I will show you in a bit my own feedback score, okay? And usually with my students, their feedback score for the print on demand is 4 or above. So 4 or above, which is good, okay? What happens when Facebook sees that your feedback score is at least 4 or above? They're going to say, hey, this is a legitimate company. I'm going to prioritize their ads before all the scammy companies, okay? So in terms of feedback score and how Facebook views you, giving their user is a positive experience or a negative experience, they're going to give my students and my ads the leg up, okay? So I just want you to take a quick hard look at these qualities whenever you're running any type of online store, whether you have your own brand or whether you're just drop shipping. Are you meeting the shipment time delivery expectations of your customers? Are you doing this? Is your labeling looking good or is it looking crappy? Are you getting returning customers? And is your feedback score good? All right. So these are some of the things that I want you guys to think about whenever you are running your ads. All right, guys. So let's hop on to the next topic, guys. All right, guys. So as you can see here, I wrote that print on demand will always trump overseas drop shipping for all the qualities that I just talked about before. With overseas AliExpress drop shipping, it is not a sustainable business model. So I'll write it right here. Not a sustainable business model. Okay? Because your customers has a bad experience, they will never come back to purchasing from you. And I know a lot of people will say, well, Cynthia, I've heard from this guru or that guru saying that they've made all this money just doing AliExpress drop shipping. Are you saying that they're, lying or they're false? No, I'm not saying that. And I'm sure that they probably made that $500,000 to $1 million that whole year just selling AliExpress dropshipping. But here is what they don't tell you. The customer retention rate is low. Their email list is essentially dead as they are building up their email list because they simply can't email it. And every time they email it, they'll probably get 100 complaints coming back to them. And so another thing that the gurus don't tell you is usually after about a year that they've made their money, they usually close down their store because it's not sustainable. No customers are coming back. They are bad mouthing about them. Facebook is also prioritizing their ads downwards because of their feedback score being low. And so when they're running their ads, they're actually being prioritized lower than people with a positive feedback score. And I'll talk about a little bit of that later. But basically, like I said, overseas dropshipping is not sustainable. What is sustainable? Print on demand. Why? Because we have US suppliers based inside the US that will able to ship your order to your customers literally within a week, and it keeps your customers happy. They get the product and they don't have to wait a long time, because usually when people are purchasing things online, it's usually used as gifts, for birthdays, anniversaries, whatever it is. People need their things now, okay? And so with print on demand, I constantly build my email list, and if you know anything with building a business online, that is your biggest asset, your email list. And like I said, if you go talk to one of those fake gurus talking about how you can make $1 million every single year from dropshipping, ask them this question: hey, what is your customer retention rate? And I guarantee you that you'll get crickets, because they are building something that surely you can make money, but it's not sustainable. Okay, I know a lot of people that sell their store or close it down after about a year. Okay. And so what I'm going to be doing right now is I'm going to be hopping over to my computer and showing you my Facebook feedback score, and I'll talk a little bit about the newest Facebook update, because I know a lot of people want to know, what's going on with Facebook and how does it affect you as a marketer when you're running your ads. And so this is great for both newbies and also advanced sellers like myself. And so let's hop on over, guys. Alrighty guys, so we are here inside of my Facebook fan page, customer feedback, and if you want to know how you can get to this exact page, I'll have the link down below. But anyways, once you come over here, you get to see how your customers are telling Facebook based on their buying experience from your website. So if you've been running Facebook ads for a while, you should be seeing your score on this page. Again, if you don't know how to get here, I'll have a link down below. But basically, right here, Facebook will rank you from, I think, 0 to 5 or 1 to 5. But basically, 5 is the highest score, and that is based on product experience, shipping times, and other customer service feedback. And to show you guys this is real, I'm going to quickly refresh this page, showing you guys that this is a real number. Okay, so again, over here, if you hover over here, time and time again, I am getting 5, 5s, 5s, and that just goes back to I'm selling a quality product, guys. It is not some cheap item that you get from AliExpress that ships in a cheap packaging in a sketchy looking label. This is a US supplier, right? We're doing print on demand, quality clothing from a US based supplier that gets to your customer's door literally within a week. Keep your customers happy and your feedback score will be high. And as you can see here, Facebook has set the penalty threshold at 2 over here, and I'll show you what this means. But basically, if you click here, it says understand your score. Go ahead and click that, and once you click it, basically Facebook will rank you from 0 to 5. You guys see over here, 0 to 5. If your feedback score drops below 2 or below, your ads will receive a delivery penalty, meaning the cost more, it'll cost more and reach fewer people. If it drops to 1 or below, your page will no longer be able to run ads on Facebook. You see this, guys? These are the type of updates that Facebook is rolling out. And like I said before, if you're doing AliExpress overseas drop shipping still from all of these gurus, your Facebook fan page will drop below a 2 or maybe even a 1 that you cannot run ads anymore. Guys, the big numbers that you see the gurus does with their AliExpress drop shipping, let me tell you, they are literally closing down their store after about a year because their feedback score is super low. They cannot run ads anymore. What do? Well, they just simply make a new ad account, new Facebook fan page, and do it all over again. But on this channel, I talk about how to build a sustainable business, a real business model. The AliExpress overseas dropshipping simply isn't a real business model, guys. If you guys want to turn your dropshipping business back to a sustainable one, you guys need to start doing print on demand. Okay. Another reason why is because with print on demand, we have a unique design all the time, every time, and it ships from a US warehouse to your customers literally within a week. How happy would your customers be? So if you guys want to get scores of 5 or maybe even 4 and above, which is what most of my students are doing, we're doing between 4 and a 5 for most of my students because we're doing print on demand. We're building a real business, a sustainable one that will last for years. If you're doing AliExpress dropshipping, you will fall into this category over here, and Facebook is becoming more and more strict, guys, already. And so this is the results that you need to keep track of. Again, your customer feedback will affect your ad delivery. So if you're not paying attention to these kind of numbers and you're complaining why you have high CPM, this might be the reason. Okay, guys? So let's hop on back. Alrighty, guys, I hope you got a lot of value out of this video. And don't forget, if you have any questions, feel free to join my free Facebook group called Ecom Dominators. I'll have the link down below if you want to join. But basically, it is a great community of people that want to master the print-on-demand business or even any e-commerce business online. You can come over here and post your questions, and we all come here to mastermind with other people. But if you come down over here, some people are in my t-shirt bootcamp. Like Jeffrey here, he's doing pretty good at made over $1,000. People here are literally asking questions and just masterminding with everyone else. So if you're interested in learning more about the print on demand business, this is totally a free group. I highly recommend you join. Here, Teresa, she made her over 400 sales on Etsy using the tactics I taught her. Of course, people come on over here to post more. Okay. Some more results, and I even teach about SEO, guys. Look at this. Charlie made his sale through Google using the SEO tactics. Again, this is not paid, it's all organic. Steven over here made his first few sales using my strategies. And again, if you guys are interested, I highly recommend you join my Ecom Dominators group, totally free. Again, if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.